migrant bust in Tampa.
Danamarie McNicholl joins us now from the Sunshine State. Hey, Danamarie.
Hi, good morning, guys. Well, immigration enforcement on the road is new for the state of Florida. They're taking a directive from President Trump. So we spent the morning with FHP as their operation took a dangerous turn.
We got one running across. Northbound, northbound.
A man ran from the Florida Highway Patrol after being pulled over for a traffic violation. When his legal status was questioned, he took off.
Come on out. Get out here right now. I see your hands. Come on out.
He was caught hiding in a nearby neighborhood shed. He was previously convicted for unlawful possession of a firearm and assaulting an officer, according to Border Patrol. For the first time, Florida troopers have the ability to question a person's immigration status on the side of the road. That wasn't always the case.
Every day, Florida Highway Patrol troopers would interact with people that were most likely here unlawfully, and there was nothing that we could do as state law enforcement officers.
Now, FHP is the only state agency in the nation trained and acting in partnership with federal immigration agents under what is known as the 287G agreement. And Fox News is the first to see it in action.
The van and trailer was originally pulled over for speeding, but Florida Highway Patrol officers say all 11 passengers are undocumented and now being detained.
Before the sun was even up, troopers had a total of 30 people in custody.
That's just here on a small stretch of highway in Hillsborough County, Tampa, Florida.
Although the operation could have lasted much longer, FHP said it was over within an hour because they were at capacity. They didn't have any more room to hold undocumented migrants. So, guys, this begs the question about detention space, not only here in Florida, but nationwide.
Danamarie, I mean, how great is that? Sometimes you go on ride-alongs and nothing happens.
Exactly.
And you get exactly what they were looking for.
Foot chase.
It was a wild morning, guys, let me tell you, watching them all jump into action. But we were happy to be able to bring it to you this morning.
What happens if you said everyone in that van was illegal, they're detained? What happens next?
So then if they have final removal orders, they will be processed to be deported. And then if not, they will go through to process the immigration judge, and then the process goes from there. So again, it's a lot about, yes, the mission is to find undocumented migrants, but then to keep them and have capacity space, that's the next step. And I know Governor Ron DeSantis has sent a plan to DHS to expand that in the state, and they're just waiting on some approvals.
Did they have a heads up? Or, like, did the police have a heads up, or were they just pulling people over, like the van?
So this was a Florida Highway Patrol criminal interdiction unit. So we went out in the morning, and they were pulled over for normal traffic violations. So the van that I showed you there, they were going over 80 miles per hour. So when the trooper approached the van, they talked to those inside, and that's when they found out their immigration status.
Wow. Thanks, Danamarie.
Thank you.
So you got a guy with a weapons charge that's running through traffic, and then he goes and hides in a garage. That could have been a terrible situation. You don't know what the guy has on him. He's running for a reason because he knows that he's going to be deported. Every single state should be working with federal and law enforcement to get these people out of country. These are people that already have criminal records, so they already committed crimes. The first crime was coming to the country illegally. Then they came here and committed more crimes. They got to go.
Right, so there's nothing about it. The illegal immigration that went into the sanctuary cities was by the tens of thousands thanks to Joe Biden. And now when the price tag comes in, it costs them, New York, they estimate, over the last few years, $7 billion to house them, to feed them. And it turns out thousands of which have criminal records coming in and committed crimes once they got here. So it's just outrageous what's happening, and nothing's happening with these major cities to change their policy.
Well, like in Illinois, Tom Homan was on our show earlier slamming the governor there, Pritzker, for ignoring migrant crime and pushing these sanctuary cities. Listen.
It continues to lie about sanctuary city status in the state, and in Chicago especially. Look, one of the first places I went to after President Trump took the oath of office was Chicago. And the first day, we arrested like 9 TDA members. We arrested 2 illegal aliens that were convicted of murder that were walking the streets. We arrested, I think it was 6 or 7 child predators, child rapists in Chicago. And these people are all walking the street because Cook County Jail, one of the biggest jails in the nation, won't accept ICE detainers and won't work with ICE.
I just don't understand what the constituency is of supporting this. You see the polling, even a lot of Democrats support getting rid of the criminals out of this country, but you still see all these lefties that are advocating for the criminals. It makes no sense.
Right. The mayor, who's got 18% approval rating, he says they're one of his, and that governor is going to run for president, Pritzker, and he's going to run on sanctuary cities. So the American people, he's not going to hide his leniency.
No.
So the American people have another choice.